PlayStation, they've been hit with some more layoffs, which honestly isn't that surprising based on everything that has been happening at PlayStation recently. They've also opened up a new beta program, so we will talk about that. We have some more information about the length of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's seemingly smaller than you would expect for a big open world Assassin's Creed game. I mean, that's probably just for the main campaign, but we'll go over that. Also, Ubisoft is rebooting a game that I believe was officially canceled or that they weren't going to make anymore. It looks like that is coming back. An iconic game publisher is back, which is amazing to see if you've played any of their games back in the day. Monster Hunter Wilds is doing phenomenal, and a exciting first-person shooter is being delayed for consoles, but still releasing on PC. So we'll jump into all of that. But before we do, as I see many of you who watch my content are not subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like daily gaming news, discussions, just talking about video games. If you like that stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe, and we will jump right into it with the layoffs here at PlayStation. So they've canceled a ton of games. They had a major failure with Concord, up to about $400+ million that they spent on that game that lasted 6 days. And they've already been hit with layoffs, and more layoffs here are coming. This comes via Kotaku, who's reporting on this, saying that PlayStation is hit with more layoffs following recent game cancellations. And there is a lot of stuff to go through here, just in terms of some quotes and everything, and some of the stuff that is happening here. Pretty shocking here for PlayStation, but again, not surprising in the sense that if you just have been following gaming at all, you look at what's been happening at PlayStation Studios, their lack of output, their cancellations and everything, this is going to be coming down the line. This is why they need to expand out their ecosystem. It says here, earlier this week, an unknown number of staff at Visual Arts Group based out of San Diego were informed that their last day at Sony would be March 7th, and the team provides internal art and technical support for first-party PlayStation studios and worked closely with Naughty Dog on the recent Last of Us Part 1 and 2 remasters, amongst other projects. Here is what it says. It was a tough waking up to messages that many friends and former coworkers from PSVA were laid off this morning. And that is a former PSVA project manager, Abby Lemaster, now at Riot Games, posted that on LinkedIn. Goes on here to say the layoffs today hit hard. PSVA let go of developers with decades of subject matter expertise, talent that will be extraordinarily difficult to recoup. This industry can be unpredictable, but the skill, experience, and passion of the people I worked with at PSVA are undeniable. So that is the crazy part here. You would think Sony would want to keep these people with all of that experience, all of that expertise in PlayStation Studios, and not have them just go out there and be picked up by other studios where they're going to be bringing that expertise. They're going to be bringing that to other games. I'm sure a lot of the people will get picked up, but this is more layoffs here that at Sony that again makes sense. It isn't surprising based off of everything that has been happening there with the layoffs, with the cancellations, I should say, with Concord specifically. They lost a lot of money. And PlayStation is in this point now where they are pivoting. They are trying to figure out how they can expand their business. PC is a major part of trying to expand their business. I'm of the opinion, and I've been of this opinion for a number of years now, even before the whole Xbox putting games on PlayStation 5 stuff. I've been talking about this for years, that they're going to be going day and date on PC. I think at this point it is inevitable where we will be seeing a lot more of their first party stuff day and date on PC. I mean, they've already done it with certain games, and we're going to see that more with their Bungie games and everything. But they're going to, I think, do it more even with their single player experiences. Maybe not this generation, but I think going into the next generation, that will be the case going forward. It's not just about console sales, because you can sell as many consoles as possible, but if people aren't spending money on the games, aren't spending money in the ecosystem, if they're buying a PlayStation 5 just to play games like Call of Duty and Fortnite, and really that's kind of a useless customer to PlayStation at the end of the day, because they aren't bringing in the continuous revenue that PlayStation needs. And this is why they're changing their strategy. This is why they need multiplayer and games as a service, a few of them at least, even though they've canceled most of them. And this is why they're going to be putting their games in more places. So more layoffs here at Sony. I would also not be surprised if this is not the end of the layoffs based off of what we have been seeing over the last number of years. Now, speaking of PC, they know that they need to get people in there testing features and stuff for PlayStation and for PlayStation PC. And they're opening up a new beta program to test upcoming features. They put this out here and they say, this is from a recent PlayStation blog post. The SIE Senior Director of Content and Communications, Sid Schumann, says that a single registration for beta program at PlayStation will allow you to express interest in gaining beta access to testing participating games for the PS5 console and PC, new PS5 console features, PlayStation app features, and even user experience features on PlayStation.com. You only need to sign up once to express interest in these various betas. They say that you'll need a valid PlayStation network that's in good standing with your current email address. You must live in the regions where the beta program is available, and you must be of legal age. So they're opening this up. You're going to be able to try stuff early, features early. I wouldn't be surprised here if they test features that will be functionable across PC and the PlayStation 5 and increasing their overall user experience there. So cool stuff there. If you want to be in the beta program, I'll probably sign up and just see if I can get in there and try out some of the stuff that they do release early. All right, let's talk some Assassin's Creed Shadows. We have some more information on the length of the game. This one seems shorter, decently shorter than Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That was one of the biggest complaints for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, was that it was just way too long for a lot of people. I mean, I put in over 100 plus hours into it. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't one of my complaints, but a lot of people thought there was just too much in that game. And with Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have already heard they've scaled it back. It is going to be more along the lines of Assassin's Creed Origins. And we just have that confirmation here about basically how long this game is going to be. If you want to just play the campaign, it's going to be about 30 to 40 hours. And Jonathan Dumont, who is the creative director of it, also says here that you should spend and expect to spend an excess of 80 hours with the game if you want to do everything, if you want to do the completionist run. So that is basically right along the lines of Assassin's Creed Origins, because if you look at how long to beat for that game, it took 30 hours to finish the main story and 85 hours to complete. But on top of that, if you've played these open world RPGs, they're continuously adding content in there. So you're going to be spending 100 plus hours if you really enjoy the game. And everything we've seen so far looks great. They've been putting out some smaller clips of Yasuke and Neo in combat, some of the moves that they have. It looks very good. It looks like it's going to be coming out very polished. So March 20th is just around the corner. I'm very excited to play it. I'm very excited to see the reception of this game, because there has been a lot of controversy surrounding it. Now, sticking on Ubisoft, it looks like they are still making a Far Cry extraction-based multiplayer shooter. It has been rebooted. Initially, I believe that it was canceled, or they had decided not to make it anymore. But we have this here from Insider Gaming. Is a Project Maverick, which was initially intended as a multiplayer component to Far Cry 7, morphed into its own project in early 2023. But after internal review, the project has been rebooted. And that is according to several sources familiar with the project's development, who said that the writing was on the wall for a number of months. It was said that the final nail in the coffin came after its dedicated tech team called Talisker, also the old name of the Far Cry 7 before it morphed into two separate projects, moved from Maverick to be fully dedicated to Blackbird in late December to ensure the project stays on track. And it's understood that Ubisoft Montreal, the studio heading both Maverick and Blackbird, which is Far Cry 7, will take the multiplayer game back to prototyping with Ubisoft Sherbrooke. And Ubisoft Berlin, who are also assisting on the game's development, has seen around a dozen or so developers move to Blackbird and another dozen move to another project. However, it's understood approximately 50 developers are now left without an assigned project and will likely be placed on viability this month. So the exact reasons for Maverick's reboot is unclear, but the decision seems to have been made as a part of Ubisoft's new strategy to streamline its teams and projects amid the company's struggles. So this extraction shooter that is going to be based off of Far Cry. It's going to be multiplayer, rebooted. So you're going to be getting Far Cry 7, also getting this multiplayer thing. I wonder how many people are going to take to this game. I mean, they put out the Rainbow Six extraction shooter, which was fun. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it, but not that many people ended up playing it. That was the issue with that. So we'll see if people end up playing the one with Far Cry because of the franchise and everything. And maybe there's more people willing to play it depending on the world that it is built in. All right, three more things here. First of all, Monster Hunter Wild, obviously a massive success. This is not surprising, but it is now known as the fastest selling Capcom game ever, released everywhere: PC, PS5, Xbox, not on the Switch. I'm sure if they could get it on the Switch, maybe it'll be on the Switch too. It sold 8 million units in 3 days, which eclipses their previous release from the company. It's just massive. A huge win here for Monster Hunter Wilds. It came out to great reviews. It came out to people excited, jumping in right away. And now it has sold 8 million in 3 days. I can't imagine how many copies this is going to sell at the end. I don't know, at least in the next month or so. I mean, it's going to be huge how many people do end up playing Monster Hunter Wilds. Acclaim, if you remember Acclaim, they are back. And they're coming back because of Jeff Jarrett, which is pretty wild to think about. The iconic games publisher known for their games a long time ago. They actually went bankrupt 20 years ago. Jeff Jarrett is bringing this thing back as an advisor. So this was founded in 1987. They have put out some really incredible games, but they put out this statement. And it says the publisher says its initial goals is to support indie developers and reignite classic franchises. They're best known for their licensed games. One of the key aims of the new company is to resurrect and revitalize its beloved portfolio of classic IPs enjoyed for years by millions of players. And they say to accomplish this, an advisory board of esteemed industry leaders has been set up, including Russell Binder, who's founding partner and licensing of merchandising company Stryker Entertainment, Mark Kaplan, who the founder of the business consultancy firm Ridge Partners, and wrestler and entrepreneur Jeff Jarrett, which is hilarious to see. He was part of Acclaim's WWF Attitude game. So there it is. It is back. We'll see how Acclaim does. It's just this logo. I remember it growing up with so many games. Like I sit back and I think about the ones that come to mind, like Batman Forever. I don't know why that one pops into my mind. All-Star Baseball. They made the All-Star Baseball games, which I always remember those ones. They've done so many licensed games, like they've had South Park games, NBA Jam. So Acclaim has just done a ton of awesome stuff here in the industries, and it's pretty cool to see them coming back. I wonder how successful they will be at just revitalizing their old titles, what type of indie games they're going to publish, and hopefully this is a successful venture, because it's cool to see Acclaim coming back in a time where we're seeing so many cancellations, layoffs, and all of that type of stuff. And finally, we have news about Frag Punk, which is a first-person shooter, card-based as well, where you get power-ups and everything. Cool graphics style. We've seen it show off in many showcases. And it is going to be delayed here for Xbox and PlayStation. It will be coming out on PC, but we don't know when it's going to be coming out on the consoles. They put out a statement, and basically they're just saying it's because of technical issues. They say unexpected technical challenges in optimization and adaptation, and they don't want to rush the release of the console ports. So they're going to release it on PC so you can play it on PC, but you're going to have to wait for both the Xbox and PlayStation version, and they're going to give you some compensation for both Xbox and PlayStation. They say providing rewards gained via engagement beginning from the start of season 1 until the console version goes live, including in-game currencies, cosmetic, XP, and more. So they'll provide those rewards. And they also go on here to say that pre-orders for Xbox and PlayStation will be canceled automatically, and they will provide in-game currency worth $10 to the players when the console version officially launches. So you don't have to worry about missing out on any of the pre-order bonuses. So I wonder what's going on here. What is the holdup here for the console versions of this game? Maybe they just couldn't get it. Like they said, technical issues, but maybe they just can't get a feeling right on the controller, of all things here. But wait and see. It'll eventually come out. I'm okay with them delaying to make sure that it is playable and good when it does launch on console. On the video there, if you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.